You might think you're shopping local, supporting made-in-America businesses, or wearing clothes that make you feel patriotic. But look closer. Some of the brands you grew up trusting, the ones that make you feel like a real American, aren't genuinely American anymore. You know that cozy grocery chain with tropical shirts, bell chimes, and quirky snacks that make you think of your Hawaiian vacation? Or those timeless sunglasses that made you feel like a stylish individual? Both were born in America and are now quietly owned by foreign giants. From your kitchen to your closet, the businesses benefiting from what you spend are no longer American. Be sure to stick around for the last one, because when you open a cold one with your friends after work, it makes you feel what a wonderful country we live in, but the profits end up overseas. Groceries paradise. You remember when this supermarket arrived in town? It was so popular that people lined up around the block. Trader Joe's founder, Joe Colomby, owned Pronto Markets in 1958. While dining at the famous tiki-themed restaurant, Trader Vic's at the Beverly Hills Hilton, Joe was inspired by the experience and opened the first Trader Joe's in 1967 in Pasadena, California. Trader Joe's target customers were the overeducated and underpaid. Joe's vision of combining low prices with unique, high-quality products created a cult following among shoppers. The chain became famous for its unique private label products, including 2-Buck Chuck wine and Everything But the Bagel seasoning, as well as its distinctive Polynesian theme and crew members wearing Hawaiian shirts. The chain, with 19 store locations primarily in California, was sold to the massive German grocery chain Aldi, owned by Theo Albrecht in 1979. There are 2 Aldis in Europe. The distinction and the German connection are invisible to the average American, as Trader Joe's maintains its distinctly American quirkiness. The other half of the Albrecht family owns the much larger Aldi, which has a presence in China.
Trader Joe's, a 125.
Who would have thought we would have had a Trader Joe's right here in Harlem?
I know, right? Trader Joe's Harlem.
Risky business. Have you ever owned a pair of sunglasses that made you look so cool? Perhaps you wore them on the beach. Ray-Ban was founded in 1936 by Bausch & Lomb, an American optical company specifically to create sunglasses for U.S. Army Air Corps pilots who needed protection from high-altitude glare. From military origins to gracing the faces of Hollywood icons, aviators are synonymous with style. Wayfarers became the definitive American sunglasses worn by everyone from John F. Kennedy to Bob Dylan, establishing the brand as a symbol of American cool. Their sunglasses appeared in numerous Hollywood films, including Easy Rider, Top Gun, Risky Business, and the Blues Brothers, making Ray-Ban an integral part of American pop culture. Unfortunately, by the 90s, financially struggling Bausch & Lomb focused on pharmaceuticals and sold Ray-Ban to Italian eyewear giant Luxottica in 1999 for $640 million. Today, Ray-Bans are made in Italy, though the brand continues to market itself as authentically American.
You can see the camera. The cameras are in the front.
Yep. Yeah, and it looks cool with the shades.
Love that chicken. With one bite of their chicken, they made you think of Mardi Gras while parading on Bourbon Street. Who doesn't love that chicken from Popeyes? In 1972, Al Copeland opened as Chicken on the Run in New Orleans. But business was terrible. Only after a few months did the name change to Popeye's Mighty Good Chicken, then to Popeye's Famous Fried Chicken in 1975. The chain experienced massive growth, opening up shops all around the country. Despite filing for bankruptcy in 1990 after acquiring Church's Chicken in 1989, Popeyes rose to fame with its bold Creole-inspired menu and jazz-themed marketing. They offer a spicy and flavorful alternative to KFC. Who can forget the chicken sandwich craze of 2019? It created massive lines and sold out nationwide within weeks. Restaurant Brands International, RBI, a Canadian multinational fast food holding company, acquired Popeyes in 2017 for $1.8 billion. They also own Burger King, Tim Hortons, and Firehouse Subs. They have over 3,700 restaurants worldwide, with only 50 company-owned and the rest franchised.
Okay, Albert, sing it, Doyles.
One of Edison's rivals. Your parents and or grandparents likely owned an appliance such as a refrigerator, television, or air conditioner from this company. Westinghouse Electric was founded in 1886 by George Westinghouse Jr., who championed Nikola Tesla's alternating current AC electrical systems, competing with Thomas Edison's direct current DC technology to power the nation's future. The company became synonymous with American industrial might, manufacturing everything from household appliances to nuclear reactors with its iconic slogan,
You can be sure if it's Westinghouse.
It was a trusted brand. Westinghouse innovations included the first commercial nuclear power plant and countless household appliances that modernized American homes throughout the 20th century. Financial difficulties in changing markets led to the company's gradual disintegration, with various divisions being sold off over several decades. Today, the nuclear division operates as Westinghouse Electric Company under the ownership of Brookfield Renewable Partners, a Canadian-based global renewable energy and infrastructure company. Meanwhile, other former divisions have been acquired by companies worldwide. The brand name that once represented American technological leadership now still powers America's electrical grid under Canadian ownership.
And in the future, as in the past, in research as in the products developed from it, remember, you can be sure if it's Westinghouse.
Chow, chow, chow. If this brand were around during biblical times, it would have fed all the animals on Noah's Ark. From its agricultural origins, Purina Mills was established in 1894 in St. Louis, producing animal feed for a menagerie of farm animals. In 1902, Ralston of Ralston Breakfast Cereals partnered with Purina to add human food to the mix, forming Ralston Purina. Evolving from livestock feed, the brand helped professionalize pet care in America, replacing table scraps with scientifically formulated nutrition for healthier, longer-living pets. The company gained fame for its checkerboard logo and brands such as Purina Dog Chow, Fancy Feast, and Friskies, introducing the concept of specialized nutrition tailored to different life stages and dietary needs. Following several corporate restructurings in the 1980s and 1990s, Swiss food giant Nestle acquired Ralston Purina for $10.3 billion in 2001. Nestle formed a new company called Nestle Purina Petcare, integrating American pet care into its global food empire. Under Swiss ownership, Purina maintains its American headquarters in St. Louis while expanding globally, leveraging Nestle's international distribution network and research capabilities.
Now there's a happy cat. 1, 2, 3, wait for me. Chow, chow, chow.
The need for speed. You recognize this brand when watching motorsports cars racing at insane speeds at the Indy 500, NASCAR, and Formula One. So exhilarating. Firestone Tire and Rubber Company was founded in 1900 by Harvey Firestone in Akron, Ohio, initially producing tires for the heavy-duty fire engines, trucks, and wagons of the era. Harvey was friends with Henry Ford, so both companies mutually benefited from the partnership. Firestone Tires was one of the original Big Four American tire manufacturers alongside Goodyear, Goodrich, and Uniroyal. They carried American families through decades of growth, from the Model T era to the construction of the interstate highway system. The Firestone 500 radial tire recall crisis of the late 70s and early 80s, combined with increasing foreign competition, severely damaged the company's reputation and finances. In 1988, Japanese tire giant Bridgestone acquired Firestone for $2.6 billion, creating Bridgestone Firestone and bringing American tire manufacturing under Japanese control. Today, Bridgestone Americas continues to operate Firestone as a separate brand, maintaining manufacturing facilities across the U.S.
Each cord, 10 strands of high-strength steel, 7 strands around 2, wrapped by 1, 721.
Taking the pig to the market. If you love bacon, ham, sausages, hot dogs, and even fresh pork cuts, chances are they come from this company. Smithfield Foods was founded in 1936 by a father and son duo, Joe Luter Sr. and Jr. in Smithfield, Virginia, a town renowned for its pig farming heritage dating back to colonial times. The company grew from a small regional meat packer into America's largest pork producer through aggressive expansion, controlling everything from pig farms to processing plants. To give you an idea, according to Joe Luter III, they unalived 3,000 pigs a day in 1966. The latest figure we could find was over 114,000 in 2007. Smithfield is synonymous with American pork products. In addition to their brand, they produce Armour meats, Eckrich, Nathan's Famous hot dogs, and many more. If you think America's appetite for pork is enormous, it's a distant second to China. According to Lynn Waltz, a Virginia journalist and professor at Hampton University, the Chinese consumed 85 pounds of pork per person in 2012, compared to 59 pounds for Americans. China is one of the U.S.'s largest pork importers. In 2013, Chinese company Xuanwei International, now WH Group, acquired Smithfield Foods for $4.7 billion. This move marked the most significant Chinese acquisition of an American company, raising concerns about foreign control over the United States food supply. Under Chinese ownership, Smithfield gains access to China's massive pork market, underscoring the close ties between U.S. agriculture and the global economy.
Pastrami rub, and then we smoked it with hickory, and we're serving it with some Brussels sprouts and a nice mustard glaze on top.
The Hotel Motel. You remember the large green sign that once stood on the roadside featuring a long curved yellow arrow and a white script? It looked amazing at night when the neon was lit. Holiday Inn was founded in 1952 by Kemmons Wilson in Memphis, Tennessee, after a disappointing family vacation highlighted the need for reliable, family-friendly accommodations. Wilson's vision included standardized room, air conditioning, in-room telephones, and free parking. Revolutionary concepts transformed the American road trip experience. No more wondering if one hotel is dramatically different from the next. The brand became the world's largest hotel chain by the 1970s with over 1,000 locations. English beer brand Bass Brewery acquired Holiday Inn in 1988. They changed their name to Six Continents in 2000, and finally in 2003 they separated into 3 companies, one of which is Intercontinental Hotels Group, IHG. Today, they operate over 1,100 Holiday Inns and more than 2,800 Holiday Inn Express hotels, as well as other famous hotel brands. Have you ever stayed at a Holiday Inn while on a family road trip?
You get enough surprises when you travel. That's why Holiday Inn thinks the best surprise is no surprise.
Fancy coffee. Do you consider yourself someone with a sophisticated taste for coffee? A coffee aficionado, are you? This Berkeley coffee house taught America to appreciate dark-roasted, European-style coffee decades before Starbucks became a household name. Peet's Coffee was founded in 1966 by Alfred Peet, a Dutch immigrant who opened his first store in Berkeley, California, introducing Americans to darker roasts and higher quality beans than the typical canned coffee of the era. Peet personally taught Starbucks roast master Jim Reynolds his techniques, which made Peet the pioneer of America's specialty coffee revolution. Peet's Coffee became a symbol of artisanal coffee culture by blending European traditions with California's counterculture, pioneering small batch roasting and customer education that shaped your local coffee houses today. In 2012, German holding company JAB acquired Peet's for almost $1 billion. They've since assembled a global retail food empire, including Keurig, Dr. Pepper, Panera Bread, and Krispy Kreme. Peet's Coffee is sold in over 14,000 grocery stores and has more than 200 locations across the nation.
Peet's. So take it home and give it a try. Pick up the medium and the dark roast.
Always open. Okay, you might have fond memories of hanging out in the parking lot outside this convenience store rather than inside, but it was open when you needed it the most. 7-Eleven began in 1927 as an ice house operation in Dallas, Texas, when Joe Thompson Jr. sold milk, bread, and eggs to neighbors. The company pioneered the convenience store concept, operating daily from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. when most places closed at usual business hours. Since 1963, they've been open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Famous for Big Gulp Slurpees and Roller Grill hot dogs, 7-Eleven became synonymous with quick stops and late-night munchies across America. Japanese retail giant 7 & I Holdings acquired 7-Eleven in 2005 for $18 billion. Today, 7-Eleven has more stores in Japan, over 21,000, than in the United States with over 9,000 stores. You can find Japanese influences at your local 7-Eleven with a variety of Japanese food offerings. Preppy swagger. Have you ever worn clothes that made you feel like you stepped out of the pages of a glossy magazine and had you thinking, hey, I could be a model? While living in New York City, Tommy Hilfiger was a fashion designer for several prominent brands, including Jordache jeans. He launched his clothing brand in 1985 and expanded it into a fashion empire. It became famous for its patriotic color scheme, oversized logos, and marketing campaigns that celebrated American imagery and youth culture. Suburban teenagers and hip-hop artists loved Tommy's clothes. Through lifestyle marketing, Tommy Hilfiger commercialized American casual style, making aspirational luxury fashion accessible to young middle-class adults. In 2010, Dutch fashion conglomerate PVH Corp acquired Tommy Hilfiger for $3 billion. Their global reach has helped Tommy Hilfiger expand internationally while maintaining its American identity.
Always sporty and sort of all-American with this nuance or this new twist.
This Bud's for you. After a long day of work, what beer do you ask for? Budweiser was founded in 1876 by Adolphus Busch in St. Louis, Missouri. He named the beer after a city in what is now the Czech Republic. Bud was crafted as a distinctly American lager using rice alongside traditional barley malt. The brand presented itself as a working-class beer to enjoy with friends after a hard day's work. It was the preferred choice as the king of beers. Their commercials reinforced their image as America's beer, showing hardworking Americans enjoying a cold one. Who doesn't remember their Super Bowl commercials featuring Clydesdale horses, This Bud's for You in the 80s, and Wise Up in the early 2000s? Despite fierce resistance from American stakeholders in 2008, Belgian brewing giant InBev acquired Anheuser-Busch for $52 billion, resulting in the creation of AB InBev. Today, this multinational beverage company continues to market Budweiser as quintessentially American, bringing back the iconic Clydesdale horses.
Budweiser, coal-filtered and beechwood aged for over 110 years.
This Bud's for you.
There you have it. Are we missing any on our list? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this next.